All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Snake Prince Elias from Snake Cinema and Music Reviews. But today I'm doing just sit down with me personal vlog talk, just like I did last year. New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals. But also I want to talk about the positives / blessings of 2020, because I'm not going to harp on the negatives of 2020. We all know what happened in 2020. Everybody knows what happened. So much stuff has happened. Political, non-political, justice, sickness, virus, everything. We all know what happened in 2020. And there have been some negatives. Like, I think 2020 was the most I've cried in a year. Not just for me, but for other people. But there were still some positives. There were still some blessings. There were still some good things about 2020. And I'd rather focus on that and make a video about that instead of harping about the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, none of these are in particular ranking order. This is just a bunch of stuff I wrote down in my journal. Just because one thing I learned about 2020 is to count my blessings. That's the biggest takeaway, and not to take anything for granted. And so I've been doing gratitude journaling a lot, and it's really helped me a lot. And so this is a list of things that I kind of mentioned in my gratitude journal. Some of these are material things. Some of these are experience that I got to do. Some of these are just personal, positive things. So I'm going to do the blessings / positive events of 2020 for me. And then I will end this video with my goals for 2021. Now, let's see. First one, I survived COVID. I did. Not only me, but my entire household. It's 7 of us in this house. Well, my apartment's attached to it. It's a long story. I'm going to go into that. But everybody, my parents, my nieces, my nephews, my siblings, all of us had caught the vid. We're all essential workers, so any of us could have caught it at work. It is what it is. But we survived. And even those of us who had the worst of the worst symptoms, none of us had to be hospitalized. So I thank the Lord above for that. Because a lot of us have underlying conditions, like my father and my sister. My father is diabetic. My sister has asthma. And none of us had to be put on respirators. None of us had to be, hospitalized. And none of us lost our life. So a lot of people can't say that, and I feel for those people who did not make it. I even have family members and friends of families who did not make it, and it broke my heart. But our family did, and that's nothing but a blessing, and I don't take that for granted. I do not take that for granted. I thank God daily, because this could have went left real quick. And it happened the month of December. Like, we survived all the way through the end of the year, and then boom, things happened. So that's the biggest, in my opinion, positive, is that we survived COVID. Number 2, Celine Dion concert. If you watch my personal vlog, I actually recapped that concert. But Celine Dion has been one of those legendary artists that I've always wanted to see my entire life. And she dropped the album Courage last year, and she went on this big tour. And of course, the tour, half of the European leg of the tour got cut short due to the pandemic. But right before that happened, I think our concert here in Memphis was in March. No, it was February. So very beginning of the year. And so she came to our big stadium, and that concert, it was amazing. My seats, even though they were nosebleeds, they weren't really nosebleed, but they were a little high up there. It was perfect in front of the stage viewing. It was wonderful, that experience. I've seen a lot of concerts. I've been to a lot of concerts, some huge giant arenas and some smaller, and a lot of smaller venues, and festivals and stuff. And that one blew me out the water. Seeing her sing live, there's no way to describe it. Like, she's the GOAT. She's the best. I love Celine Dion, and that concert was definitely a positive of the year. I still, even when I listen to her songs on Spotify, I go back to that night, and it's just beautiful. I loved it. Number 3, I got to meet and play with lemurs and dingoes. Now, our family was on lockdown the entire pandemic up until fall break, because a lot of us are educators, we're teachers, so we had to go back to work in the fall. But we just wanted to get out. We wanted to get out, but we wanted to do it safely. So we had all the sanitizers, all the masks, all the gloves, everything. We had a suitcase of cleaning products, of PPE and shit. But we really wanted to just get out, so we took a road trip. We wanted to do some that did not involve getting in planes, and we wanted to do some that wasn't expensive. So for our fall break, we decided to book a cabin or a rental Airbnb that we trusted, a company that we trusted that followed the CDC guidelines and everything. And we went to Bransons, Missouri. We went up in the mountains, and a lot of places were closed due to, you know, virus. But the places that were open, that were following the guidelines, we decided to take advantage of. And one of those places is called Bransons Wild World. It's like an indoor zoo, and they had exhibits and things where you can feed certain animals like sharks and alligators. I got to feed a gator, man. That was cool. But they also had rooms where you get to feed and play with lemurs and dingoes. And those are animals that I've never seen in my 30 years of life, 32 years of living. Seen up close. I've always seen them on TV growing up, watching, you know, Steve Irwin and the Kratt brothers, you know, Zavumafu and all that stuff. I always saw them on TV on National Geographic and stuff, but I never got to see them up close and personal. So to have that opportunity to see these beautiful, amazing animals up close and personal, and getting your hair and your face licked on by wild dingoes, and having a lemur hold your hand and eat food out your hand, it was beautiful. It was an amazing moment, and I'm so grateful for that. And it was amazing. It was fun. So shout out to Bransons Wild World. Shout out to Bransons, Missouri. That was a fun road trip. Amazing experience, and I can't wait to do it again. I told my family, if every time we come to Branson on vacation, I'm going to Bransons Wild World. So that was also another amazing adventure for me. Another positive. And the vlog might be up right now. Not depending on when I post this video, but I got a new snake. And I'll go into details in the vlog of how I acquired him, but he was free. He was a gift. And he's a big boa constrictor, and I'm so excited. I love me some Slim Jim. That's his name, Slim Jim. I decided to keep his name because he's 10 years old and he's had that name most of his life. So yeah, I love that snake, and you'll see more of him in my personal vlog soon. Not in Snake Cinema reviews, but probably like behind the scenes stuff, you know. So that was definitely a positive for 2020. I got a brand new snake. This makes 10 snakes in my collection. I'm so happy. The next one, number 5, I got the opportunity to work cameras for the biggest, well, we've been told this was the biggest gospel concert in the U.S. Our church is a big mega church here, and we have concerts, and they threw a concert. It was a bunch of gospel artists, Donna McClurk and a whole bunch of other people, and I got a chance to be camera operator, not just a regular camera operator. I got to be the camera operator that was up, like getting shots from the stage, very up close and personal. A lot of the celebrities and artists had to sit behind me, because they were on the front row. My camera was right there beside the front row, in the VIP section. So I got to see and meet a lot of amazing people. My video crew, I love them. We had a ball. That was quite an adventure, and that happened the day before lockdown. The night before lockdown was that concert. It was like that concert was a Friday in March, and I think our governor mandated a complete lockdown and shut down all churches and businesses that next day or that Sunday. It was crazy. It was wild, and that was definitely the last concert in the entire country. The very last concert in the entire country. We found that out through, you know, behind the scenes stuff. But it was amazing. The fact that I got a chance to be camera operator for that event, I truly grateful and enjoyed that. Next one. Next positive, I have been consistent on YouTube. When I started doing these movie and music reviews last year or year before last, it was very sporadic, like ups and downs. You might get a video 1 month, you might get no videos for 2 months. It was just crazy. So 2020, I made a vow that I will upgrade my gear and be consistent with upload. I made my schedule, you know, movies on Mondays and music on Fridays, and I've kept up with that. I've only taken a break here or there, but for the most part, I've been consistently uploading every week, and I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself for sticking to something, for creating a goal and sticking with it, and I'm just proud of myself. So yeah, being consistent on YouTube this year is amazing. Number 7, growth with my photography. Yes, my photography has improved with animals and portraits. I've gotten a lot of opportunities despite the pandemic, and I'm just happy. I'm so grateful for every opportunity I was given this year. And to piggyback off that, number 8 is I got a lot of new camera gear. Drones, GoPro, vlogging cameras. Like, I've been nothing short of blessed. I believe in my last year's New Year's resolution video, I said I wanted new camera gear, and I made that goal happen. So I'm so happy for that. Number 9, I got a new job. I'm in between jobs right now. At the beginning of the year, I will start a new school. I've been in my old school for like 5 years, 6 years. I've been committed to that, but now all my babies have grown up and moved on to middle school, so it's time for me to move on as well. And so I'm super excited about my new job that I start next week, actually. Can't wait. Number 10, growth and got closer with my family. I got to bond with my family a lot because we were on lockdown in the same house. And I'm grateful that we didn't kill each other during this pandemic. It was just amazing. We went through a lot together, good and bad. And so it just grew our family. So I'm grateful for that. And also, I got a chance to see my brother, who's been gone for years because he's in the Navy, and his son. He lived in Virginia, so we rarely got to see him on holidays, and he was able to drive him and his son down here for Christmas, and I'm just so happy. My heart is filled with joy and love. Matter of fact, his son is still here. He had to go back to work, but we got to keep him a little longer, so that's fun. And lastly, I got a chance to work with dogs at PetSmart before the whole pandemic thing. So starting late last year, at the beginning of this year, I was able to work at PetSmart in their kennel area. And so the experiences I got, the things I've learned, I really enjoyed that job. The only reason why I'm not there right now is because we were accessed and let go due to the pandemic, and they just could not keep the kennel open. And the people that they wanted to keep on were people who've been there for years. So I understand, no hard feelings, but maybe one day when everything goes back to normal, I can go back, because they said they would gladly rehire me back because I was such a great worker. So that's it. Those are my positives of 2020. And now let's do my 2021 resolutions, which is very, very short. Save more money, update my reptile enclosures, get healthy once and for all and stick with it, like really change my lifestyle, take my praxis to become a certified real teacher, because right now I'm just teacher assistant. So there's a test called the praxis that you could take to be a teacher, and so I got to, that's my goal, take my praxis and be a certified SPED teacher, and just overall create healthy habits, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially. Just create healthy habits. I'm tired of living the way I've been living, and I need to correct so many years of wrong. And 2020 has helped me change things mentally up here, and now that I've tricked my brain and trained myself mentally up here, everything else will fall into place. I just got to do the work. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. 2020, you've been great to me. Despite the negatives, you have been great to me, and I'm grateful for surviving you. And 2021, can't wait to grow even more. Love y'all. Peace. Check y'all in the next vlog. in 2021.